What is going on, Thumbs? This is Some Brother 2, bringing you guys our Week 2 battle recap for the LDL Season 6 versus Steven, Prez, and the Russleville Rockets. Sorry this video's gotten up so late, guys. Just a lot of things in my personal life have come up. As always, it's the same broken record. But before we go ahead and get into the video, go ahead and make sure you leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this season so far. And do you like our team? Or is there something if you could switch out, trade, what would it be and why? So let's go ahead and just look at this. Sorry, I have a sucker in my hand. I wanted candy. So, of course, we have our Infernape, Slowbro, Jolteon, Salamence, our Florges, and our Roserade. And Prez actually went ahead and brought the Doug Trio, the Mega Gardevoir, the Savali, which I was actually really shocked to see, the Rotom Wash, the Heatran, and the Escavalier. So let's go ahead and jump right into this, you guys. Now, once again, this has been a little bit since I did have this battle, so my apologies if my memory isn't the best here. But you'll just see how this battle went down. I decided to go ahead and lead Infernape. Just go ahead and get rocks up. We were focus sashed just in case for that Doug Trio, which he did lead, and he named all of his Pokemon Gucci Gang because of a funny video that I found and shared with him. So he just goes straight up for the Earthquake. And I'm just going to go for rocks. You know, there's no sense of switching out. I just want my rocks up. And if he is Scarfed, then he's locked into Earthquake. I can easily work around that. So we are going to go ahead and get our rocks up. I'm like, okay, this is perfect. I can get a Vacuum Wave off. If he's Sashed, I'll break it. But I'm really sure that he's going to be Scarfed. So I'm going to go ahead and get that Vacuum Wave off, which is really, really nice. And he's actually... and we get a crit. Which is really nice. But he goes for the Earthquake. And that right there was like, okay, well, he's definitely got to be Scarfed. Turns out that wasn't the case. Turns out that wasn't the case at all. I think he might have been sashed. So at that point, I went out to my Slowbro, possibly the best thing to handle it. I'm thinking, okay, if he's just going to Earthquake me, this isn't going to do anything. But he actually goes ahead and sets up the Stealth Rock, and my mind was blown at this point because I could have sworn that this man was Scarfed. But we're going to go ahead and get the Scald off, and Gucci Gang, the Doug Trio, goes down. So we're 5-5 now. And this is where things really started to become increasingly more difficult. Because, of course, we have the Rotom Wash. I prepared more heavily for this Rotom because of just going up against Matt in the Rotom Cut. I definitely had to change my play style and my thoughts around it. So I'm going to go ahead and send in Periwinkle, who does carry Energy Ball, and that's the only attacking move that it has. But Prez actually goes ahead and brings the Defog on his Rotom, which is something that I even said in the team prep that I don't think he would bring, which is honestly just crazy. So both of our Rock Setters are gone, so that lasted, all of one turn. But he's going to go ahead and Volt Switch out, more than likely into that Heatran. So I'm just going to go ahead and just play it safe, stay in, and go for the attack just to see what happens. And he actually goes ahead and sends in the Escavalier instead. So we're going to go ahead and get that Energy Ball off. And this was extremely scary, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen with this Escavalier, so I honestly wasn't sure what to expect. I'm like, if it's banded, we're in trouble, but if it's like Assault Vest, we can handle it. So I didn't have the best answers for this thing, and I thought I did. And so I think at the end of the day, what I did here, I believe what I did here was, I was afraid of the knockoff. I was afraid of the bug move on Slowbro, so I'm just gonna go for the Protect just to see what he does go for. And so he does go for the Iron Head. I'm like, okay, if he continues Iron Heading just to get rid of my Fairy type, I can go into our Kelly, our Salamence, get the Intimidate off. We can easily live one. We could actually live two. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I switch right into our Kelly, and unfortunately right here, you guys, I'm going to wait for the Intimidate to go off and the attack to go. He actually goes for the Iron Head like I expected, but he ends up critting us. Look how fast that HP bar dropped. And it mattered. That crit 100% mattered. He was Life Orb. And I'm like, that's it. I can't. That Salamence was such a huge part of this team for me to handle. Heatran, I don't know how I can win. So I go for the Hidden Power Fire here, sending in our Corsage. Of course, he just switches right into the Heatran. I do see that it's Air Balloon, which is actually just really good prep on Prez's part. So I just boosted the Heatran. I'm gonna go ahead and swap right out into the Slowbro. I'm like, there's still a possibility that I might be able to handle this. He goes for the Heat Wave. We're going to see after that Flash Fire how much this actually does do to us, which is actually a heavy amount of damage. But after Leftovers, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm like, okay, Slowbro's going to be my win con. Slowbro's going to be the way I win this thing. Slowbro as well as the Jolteon. So he goes right back into his Rotom Wash. I'm going to go ahead and Calm Mind, just to get a little bit of bulk in so I can possibly lift something here from this Rotom. And it's just like, after this point, like, I was just so distraught after that critical hit, that I was just trying to think. I was using all my time up. He goes for the Volt Switch. We're going to see how much damage that does. And you see, we're living on 48 health. He's going to go ahead and swap out into the Escavalier, I think, right here, right? Yeah, he switches into the Escavalier. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and slack off. I guarantee the live with the Volt Switch. I want to get this health back. I'm like, if I can Scald Burn this thing, because I believe I outspeed, we're going to be able to do the damn thing. And so we go ahead and get the Scald off, and I'm praying for the burns. Like, this is what I need this time around. No burn. He goes for the Mega Horn, and he misses. He misses the Mega Horn, and I'm like, okay, this is where I had hope. This is where I had hope for the single second of my life. I knew that the next Scald was not going to be able to knock him out, but I said, if we were able to burn this Escavalier, we had a chance. We had a hope. What happened to the rest of my video? Where is the rest of my video, Squid? Oh no! The person, Blazing Squid, was the one that sent me my video. Oh, here we go. That was weird. That was so weird. What happened? My video legit cut out for like 20 seconds on the thing Blazing Squid sent me. That was weird. So we go for the second Scald. He barely lives it. No burn. And our Slowbro unfortunately goes down. And Squid, what is going on with your recording, dude? So Mega Horn comes off, knocks us out. That is so weird. What is going on with this recording? Okay, so after that, I'm going to go ahead. He gets knocked out by the Life Orb damage. I send in Periwinkle. He sends in his Rotom Wash, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and Energy Ball to try and knock it out. He has Pain Split because he barely lives on one. Oh, no. No, let me back up. Because this is what happened. This is like the big part of the battle that could have won us. There was like two possible chances for us to get it back. Jolteon had the potential to Volt Switch out, and I'm like, Jolteon is my win con, and if the Rotom comes in, there's a possibility I can knock it out, just depending on how much damage it does have. So while Jolteon was my win con, I sent it in. And at that point, Perez went ahead and sent in his Rotom Wash, and I did calcs upon calcs for that whole entire time. If he was offensive, I guaranteed the knockout. If it was HP and defense investment, like if it was a physically bulky set, I had, I believe, a 75% chance to knock him out with our Gigavolt Havoc from the Thunderbolt. Hindsight is 20/20. I should have put Thunder on it for the extra Gigavolt Havoc damage. Because Prez specifically designed this Rotom to handle our Jolteon to a T. And what he did was he put the best amount of HP investment. He put special defensive investment in it, as well as special attacking investment, to guarantee that he could always live a Gigavolt Havoc at up to a certain percentage, as well as knock us out with the Hydro Vortex, which I knew he was going to do for us. I knew it was going to come specifically for our Jolteon. I said that in the team builder, and unfortunately, at that point, at that moment in time, I went for it. Prez lived on, I think, 2 HP from what he told me. Hydro Vortex came off right after that, and we got knocked out. Our Jolteon was knocked out, and at that point, there's nothing I can do to his Heatran. There's honestly nothing I can do, but as we do see, that energy ball does come off from Periwinkle coming in after he pain splits. He keeps continuously living, and so to preserve differential here, Prez goes ahead and Volt switches out, which is super unfortunate. I wish you guys could have seen that. Squid, what is going on with your recording this week? And he sent it the Savali, which I found out was actually the Flying Memory Savali, which is really, really cool, as we do see that does nothing to it. And Prez said that he spent about 4 to 5 hours planning this team out with Savali as well as the Rotom being the key members of his team. So all in all, multi-attack comes off, knocks out our Florges. I am just down to Corsage. I gotta lock myself into something, and it just sucks that that crit mattered, that we didn't get the 2 burns, that the damage roll was so small on the Jolteon and the Rotom. But unfortunately, you guys, that is going to go ahead and wrap up this week for us. Multi-attack comes off, takes out our Corsage, and the Salt Lake City Swamperts are going to be taking a 4-0 loss on against the Russleville Rockets. And props to Prez. Like, seriously, he played amazingly. He prepped amazingly. It's the first time he's actually beaten me in LDL. So, honestly, I can't be mad at that because this man played tremendously. But fear not, you guys, because we will have we are actually rivals. We are I still have my sucker, by the way. We are division rivals, so we actually get to play Prez twice this season before we get to playoffs. And I say that because we will get to playoffs, because I'm not giving up. This is just one bad setback, but we will see Prez in the final week of the regular season, week 12, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, week 12 of the LDL. So Prez, awesome game, my dude. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like and comment down below. Like I said, what member of the team would you swap out and why for what other Pokemon? But I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Sunbrother2, and I'll see you guys in the next video.